Doors Story audiobook by me, Doors Without Doors. Chapter 9 The Mines. Before we get started, let me catch you up on everything that has happened. Okay, so basically, there was family. One day they were driving in a car, but then their tire it hit a nail, so they had to stop driving. After that, they saw a nearby hotel, and they decided to stop at it. They thought it would be the best decision since they couldn't really go anywhere else. Anyway, after that, when they got inside, the two kids, one girl, Bella, and one boy, Toby, they went off exploring the hotel. After that, when they got done exploring a little bit around the place, they got back to where their parents were nowhere. They didn't know what to do. So anyway, Bella she could watch him until their parents got back. So they went into the elevator. And although it had some cool elevator music, they were still scared because their parents were gone. Got to a reception room, which was like the actual hotel, and Toby dinged the bell. Ding. Yay, yeah. After that, they passed through a few rooms and eventually got to room like 13 or 10. That's when the lights flickered. Bella was scared and went to hide in the closet. But Toby thought it was just fake, and he stood in the middle of the hallway. Bella was hiding because she's actually smart. So anyway, when the monster who flickered the lights passed through, Toby was gone. And Bella didn't know where he was. She shouted out his name a couple of times, but there was no response. So she continued on after crying a little bit, and she eventually after that, she got to a really long hallway with no eyes. She was about to the end of the hallway when she saw this humanoid monster thing covered in a disgusting black goop. He said, "Here I come," and then started chasing Bella. Bella ran from him. By the way, his name was Seek. Anyway, Bella ended up getting past and through the chase. A few doors after, like 10 or 20, she got to door 050. However, it wasn't a normal door. It was actually this big two-side door. When she opened it, she saw this room with books and books and books. And then she saw a monster come out. She didn't know what the monster was, but a lamp flickered to the left, to like the left of her, and the monster went over there and stomped and broke the lamp. She knew that she probably had to make no noise or it would alert the monster and she would die. So, oh, that's what she did. She crouched. Um, she found a paper on the desk and it had a bunch of like stuff on it. Some like telling her a code thing or something. So after that, she had to go around and find books. So anyway, she had to find a bunch of books, but she had to find books that weren't ordinary. She had to find ones that had a moon on the spine. They were highlighted, so it was pretty easy to find them. She eventually saw the door to leave the room, but it had a giant padlock on it with a 5-digit code. She tried to guess a few times, but it didn't work. So she eventually figured out what the papers and books were for. There was code in the books and on the paper. She ended up getting out of the room. Then, at 4:53, she saw a room full of monsters. However, these monsters were friendly. One was Jeff, and then another was a goblin. The goblin was named El Goblino, and he really liked gold. And then the last monster was a skeleton. His name was Bob the skeleton. He had a baseball cap on, so that was pretty cool. Anyway, Jeff had a shop, and Bella had been collecting gold and stuff like that from the drawers. So she decided to stop buy stuff. She ended up buying a crucifix, which said by the goblin would take out anything in her path, so she could just pass through the room. She ended up getting past Jeff's shop, and eyes started to appear all over the wall again. However, this time she was ready. Snake appeared out of the ground again and started chasing her. She pulled out her crucifix and crucified Snake. She slammed under the door to end the chase. After that, she ended up getting to door 100, found the figure from door 50 again, defeated him by prompting and stuff like that, solving puzzle, and then she went in the elevator to get out. However, the figure jumped on top of the elevator, pulled the wires, killed them, destroyed them, and she went to the mines, which is where we last left off. A Doors audiobook by me, Doors Without Doors. Chapter 9, The Mines. When the elevator was falling, Bella was thinking, "Can't I have a break?" She landed in a mine shaft. She was knocked unconscious from the fall for a little while. When she woke up, she didn't know where she was. At least not immediately. She looked around and found that she was in a mine shaft. She saw a generator and some drawers and lockers. She looked through them. Eventually, she found a fuse and a lockpick. Since she couldn't find the other fuse, she had to make do with what she had. She put the fuse in first, then the lockpick. It sparked, but she was fine. She pulled a lever and pushed a button and made her way to door 101. The Mines, Chapter 10, coming soon. See ya!